such a full auction room, and the camera here is for our live stream audience, so I'll welcome them also. In June we had 401 people attend our auctions, and we had 398 viewing online. So I guess the way the modern nature of viewing has changed means that people can view in the comfort of their homes. Of course, you can't bid online, you can bid through telephone registrations and that way. Now, I've got off to a good start, Vicky. On Friday, I don't even know I'm telling you this story, but I've got my trousers. So although I don't drive around with no trousers on when I drive to New Plymouth, I usually drive down in shorts, and I realised 20 minutes out I didn't have any. So I managed to get by. I called it my first auction in 20 years in jeans. The good news is we sold 5 out of 5, so the appearance of the auctioneer shouldn't be there to hinder you. I'm here to help you, and I guess I tell that story to show that we are just humans. You're bidding on a cash unconditional basis here today, and we've got some beautiful properties here for you. I can't do it on my own. Robin will put the bids up on the screen, so online audience can see it, but you can also take a visual reference if that's your preference. There are some chairs in the front row if you'd like to sit down, guys. There's bottles of wine available for the front row, and I always go home with them, so that's up to you. Dickie Berman, Linda Greenslate and Matt Cluttermuck are our managers from our country, residential and Mount Maunganui offices here in the Bay of Plenty. In the event the bidding does reach the reserve price, we don't close the auction, we keep it alive, and we'll have a conversation with the highest bidder in the first instance, giving you the first opportunity to talk with our owners of their expectations. So if you're in that position and there's an opportunity to purchase, put your best foot forward there, because after the auction all parties are invited in, so all the conditional parties come in and they'll compete against you, and of course you can't see the transparency in a multi-offer outside of the room, so enjoy the transparency here. Of course, you bid with confidence on the contracts which are provided to you through the marketing period or in the entrance way there. The conduct of auction is covered under clause 1 and 2 of the documentation. As I said, you're bidding on a cash unconditional basis, so you've completed all of your due diligence with respect to the property suiting your needs. So your finance will be in order, any building reports or limb reports, they're all obtained before today, so you can bid with confidence on value. There may be some slight variations to settlement or deposits that you've pre-arranged with our seller, and as I said, telephone bidding must be registered so I can authorise the documentation. Our offer calls for a 10% deposit in all other cases. You're bidding on an inclusive GST basis for all of these properties, including the 2 o'clock session, and as I said, we offer you the property subject to a reserve price. Once the reserve price is reached, the highest party will be declared the purchaser, and in the event of a disputed bid, I'll simply go back to the last undisputed bid. Once the bidding starts, I'll nominate rises which are a fair reflection of the price point we're at. So obviously a more expensive property will have a higher rise, as a percentage will be very similar. If my rise nomination is above your strategy and you want to ask me a question of a smaller rise, I'm happy to take that, but keep in mind I can refuse bids at any level, and I may also place bids on behalf of our sellers. So vendor bidding is when an auctioneer takes a position which may be against the current bid, which will be at a level our owners will not sell the properties at. So it's a great placeholder for you to take guidance from, that if you want to buy the property, you need to be above that level, and that means it's a clear playing field for everyone. Of course, finally, signing documentation. If you could just wait behind, the agents will complete the documentation and they'll come and get you to authorise those contracts to confirm your sale, and we'll do that outside of the room. You won't have to wait till the end of all of the auctions to do that. Okay, so we can do that as we go. Are there any questions before we begin? Everyone's okay? Nice and warm in here, isn't it? Particularly with trousers on. Right, let's go. Let's go to lot 1. So Mount Maunganui, Sharon is the marketing agent here, Sharon Hall, at number 121 Links Avenue, the first of 2 properties you've got up today, Sharon. Now, a fee simple estate. Your land area is 634 square metres more or less. It is known as lot 39, and the deposited plan number is 17274, on record of title being 15C folio 1405. Your chattels list, those inclusions that stay with the sale, include the stove, along with the fixed floor coverings, the blinds, the curtains and the light fittings. In the further terms, you'll also find the washing machine taps, the garden shed, there's the clothesline, 1 heat pump in the home with its remote, the automatic garage door opener. Just a specific exclusion there, the refrigerator is not part of our chattels list. Vacant possession is provided to you 20 working days from today's date, or such other arrangement as you've made with our owners. So a very good property. You've got a full freehold site there, and you can see on the initial slide there, great, wonderful backyard from an entertaining, family protected position there, and it's an ideal location close to the schools and the amenities too. It's well planned in a family home with 3 bedrooms for your accommodation, beautiful renovation in the standard of the home there, and the hub that opens up into that wonderful open plan living areas. You've got the single bathroom and the double garaging, as you can just see through the picture windows there. Sunny and north facing?
Single garage.
Single garage. I'm just reading your notes, Sharon.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. I've just saved Sharon $10,000 for the garage extension. Thank you, or you've saved me. We always have this argument, you know, what makes an auction, the agent or the auctioneer, but I think it's the buyers. Surplus to the current owner's needs. We want to see a sale here today, so that requires bidding. Who's going to start me away? For the 3 bedrooms, single garage. Bid with confidence, folks. Great clearance rates through the last month.
600.
600, I wish you well at the level there, sir, at $600,000 there, we'll bounce along in 20s, right from the word goes, anywhere up 620 for me, 620, thank you, and 640 straight back, I suggest, and $620,000 there for the first call now at 6-2 up. Second call here, new money there at $640,000, thank you there, and will you bid me 660, thank you, straight back, and 660 the mate, and $660,000 there, first call now, who's next? New money here on this side here at 680, I've seen it, you'll need to be 7. You see it at 7, of course you do, at 700. At 700 even now, there's 4 people bidding to buy now. Who's got the next 20 for me? At 720 back in front. At 720, and how about 40, or we'll take a 10 if it helps you. At $720,000 there, first call, it's this side. Second call, you're coming back. Any of the 3 in this column? 30, thank you, at 730. How about 40? At 740 on the nod now, at 740. At $740,000 there, 4 bidding to buy on the property, it's a popular one. Links Avenue there, who's got the next bid? I'm taking 50 if you will. It's 750, will you place that position? At 740,000, it's this side now. Final opportunity. 5? 45, good bid. Can you judge it to that on today's borrowing rates, madam? At 745. Don't laugh, Jan, it's cheap. Looked at ASB the other day, 2.65% for 18 months. Okay, it's only a cup of coffee a week, keeping you away from being the highest bidder here at 745. It rests here in the second row. Anyone coming in for 5 at 750, I'm seeking. First call now here at 745. 2, why not? Puts you in front at 47. You like the 2 or do you want the 750? 2 there at 49. Open the gate. 1 more will put us on even 3/4. That sounds better when you post on social media tonight, doesn't it? At 749. At $749,000 there, the high bidders here. Your choice for an advance. First call now at 749. Second call at 749. Is everyone giving it their best shot? Final opportunity. High bidders here. All done.
750.
750. Late runner. 1? Or 5? Usually big bids is the ones that you want to do at this stage. 750 is here. 51. Come in bid once. That's fine. At 751, you're still leading here. Call 3 times for the extra single before we go. We'll need a pause at this level, and the highest bidder is going to get the first opportunity. At 751. Anyone like to head them off? Second call now at 751 the money. 5 people bidding to buy. Great property, great location at 751. Vicky, I need some instructions. High bidders in the second row, thank you, at 751,000. Okay folks, while those discussions are taking place on the first lot there at Links Avenue, I'm going to move on to TT now at Winwood Lane, number 32. Snow Williams has been the marketing agent. Snow is not here today. Matt Cloverbuck, manager, is stepping in. Right, this fee simple estate. Wonderful parcel of land of 1.954 hectares, or in the old language, you're just under 5 acres. Beautiful property, lot 1. Deposit plan is 42273, and a record of title being volume 39C, folio 275. Your channels list begins with the fixed floor coverings, the blinds, the curtains and the light fittings, And then you have the TV aerial, the water pump, the heated towel rail. There's the UV water filter, micro water filter as well, the hot spring free flow spa on an as-is where-is condition, the outdoor wall heater, once again, and the outdoor lounge suite all in as-is where-is, along with the stove, the window shutters and the PVC patio blind. There's a list of channels in their current condition. Those channels, the reason we list them that way is they're excluded from the warranties for working order. There's a clause there for unconsidered building you need to be familiar with there in number 22, and a related party clause in 23, being a staff member who was the seller. Vacant possession this time is 45 days from today's date. It's a wonderful property there. It's all about being in the New Zealand environment at the moment, and this is one that is Pinterest perfect. It's a compact home. The decking is matches the size of the property on the inside as well as the outside there, with about 42 square metres in the building, about 48 square metres in the outdoor living. Of course, birdsong, privacy, and of course not such a long commute back into town, but when you get there, you're away from everything that is noisy and nasty. So, wonderful property here. I think it sits very nicely on its hill. You've got a deck to the bush track. The bush track goes to a crystal clear stream, and of course the boundary of the property define its physical limits. Look at the inside there. As I said, it's been developed within an inch of its life as far as the decor is concerned. Certainly a property there that you can move into, and if you want to improve, you can do, or maybe it could be a holiday home. Right, I'm going to go to the bidding here on lot 2. Popular in the marketing, this one there. Who's going to be first to call an opening bid? Who'd like to start me? I'll kick it off then. I'm going to start at $530,000 there. You'll need to be 10 above the position if you'd like to talk with our owners now. As you want to be 540. At 530,000, 540, thank you there. At 540 and 550's next. That's a scratch of the lips, no, we could have changed the life. There's a bid. At 550 now, and against you now, 550, 60 here. At 560, would you like 70? At 560,000 with my starter here for the second call now, and 70 you're back in. At 570, 80 for you, 80 in agreement now. At $580,000, it's fun buying this way, isn't it? At 580, would you like the 90? 90 you do. At 90, you need to be on the even 6, and 6 it is. At 600,000, the money there, and how about 10 cents? At $600,000 there, fantastic property, and 610 he's in agreement with me. You need to be 20, 20. You're nodding. You're both sharing the bid, or do you want to bid against each other? Just put your hands up together at 620. At 620,000, what would you like to do next? At 620,000, what about a 5, sir? That puts you in front. At 620, 5 it is. And 30 straight back. It's worth a go. At 630 and 35 needs to be your turn. You sure? Shake of the head. What about a knock? We're going to play for keeps. We don't do better. At 630, I'll sell the property. For the sake of a better bid here, at 630,000, second call, you done? And you are done? You're done. When you say yes, I usually take it, but you're out. Thank you. At 630, what about a 2? Might be the best investment you've made this year. We can't go on holiday anywhere else. We might as well spend it in our own country. At 630,000 bidders here. All done for 2. Final opportunity we sell.
635.
Why not? And 5 straight back at 40. There's the challenge for you. Now who's going to win the race? At 640 up. At $640,000 there. 5 is it? I now know that no means yes.
Yeah.
45? Great property. At 640. And 5. And 50. 650 the money here. Definitely up. You shouldn't volunteer that either, but we're getting a good lesson for it. At 650, I'm paid to ask the question again. How about a 2 cent? At 650, if you set at 45, I'm sure you'll set at 52. At $650,000 there, we sell it away at second call it comes. All done in last chance. At 650, any other late comes. It's going. Be clear, it's going. You sure, sir? I know you're typing in some calculations there. Definitely out. At 650, it's going. Gone, sold here. Congratulations. Okay, the discussions on lot 1 are continuing, so we'll pop back to that once they've concluded. So let's move to lot 3, back with Sharon Hall at 74 Hiniwa Road in Odumotai. So a feasible estate once again, 1,282 square metres. We've got lot 5, deposit plan of 6994, and a record of title being volume 2B, folio 53. Your channels list is the fixed floor coverings, the blinds, the curtains and the light fittings. You have the auto garage door opener with the dishwasher, there's 2 heat pumps, the electric stove and hob, the swimming pool equipment and the water heating system, along with the range hood, the washing machine taps and the fireplace. There's 2 as-is, whereas disclosures there, number 21 with regard to the waterfall pump, and also that the purchaser acknowledges the powder room was built without, into the existing hot water cupboard and the ensuite without a building consent. So you're buying in full knowledge of there are no claims to us or the seller. Vacant possession set down for the 24th of September or such other arrangement as you made with our owners. So you've got a wonderful 3-bedroom property. I'm going to check double garaging this time, isn't it? There we go, double garaging, there we go. And if you write down 2 enough. I've got 2 living areas, 2 bathrooms and 2 garaging, but 3 bedrooms. But look at the view. One fantastic view, and of course when the lights come on, it's like the Christmas trees, isn't it? Beautiful twinkly lights. Potential to subdivide here, of course you'll do your due diligence with the council there on that section size. It's nice and generous. Close to the schools, the shops and all the facilities there, medical and otherwise, and minutes into the CBD. Look at the house too, it's a wonderful renovation through the property. I like the neutral modern lines and tones, but it's kept the character there with the wonderful wooden floors there, or the wooden look floors I should say. It's a wonderful example of the era. Right, well, let's go to the bidding here now. Don't forget the pool and those views. It's a good property. Odumotai, who's going to start it away?
850.
850 suited, thank you there at $850,000 there. Let's go in tens from here at $850,000 there. Who'd bid me 860 at $850,000 there. Second request, is there 10 anywhere? Third and final opportunity. All done at 850, bidding there at 860, thank you. And how about 70, sir? At 870 with the knot. At 870 and 880 is for you. At 870 and 80 it is now. 90 if you like it. At 890 on the knot, and I like a 900 if you've got it. At 900, thank you. At 900 the bid. At 900,000 and 10's your turn. At 900,000, can you judge it to 10? It's a beautiful property. Think of the replacement. 5, okay, we'll play there. 5, 50905 and 10 I would have thought. Easy decision there at 10, and how about 15 sir? At 9-1 up. At $910,000 there for the first time here at 9-1 up. Second call there, and anyone else got interest in the property here at lot 3 at 910, the leading bid. Final opportunity coming back. 5 there at 15. 20? 25. They've doubled the bid there, sir, 25. Would you like to do the same? You sure? I'm happy with a half then at 930. 925 here. At 925 right at the back of the room there, and take your 5s there. Who's got 93 up? Second request now at 925, taking 5s. Third and final opportunity. Again, I'll take a pause here if I don't do better. You want to be in the box seat, talk to the owners first. At 925, that's at the back of the room. Last chance for anyone else. Any late running? At 925, all done. So at 925, Linda. Bids at the back of the room. I need some instructions there with Isaac's clients. Thank you.
Might have to squeeze up here. Sorry, guys. Is that okay?
Okay, and now we're at lot 4. Of course, lot 2 is sold, and lots 1 and 3 they're in discussions, very close on both of those properties. Now, John Paisley joins me for 73 Ocean View Road. John, a magical property, great location, isn't it? And of course, the property's expanded over the years. It's got almost 3 houses in one on the property, but it gives you a great position, isn't it? Ocean View, very central to everything there, and you will know the layout of the home well with your inspections. Low maintenance, of course, at number 73. It's a feasible estate. We've got 412 square metres of land on your own title there, being lot 2, deposit plan is 66209, and record of title 53B, folio 170. The channels include the fixed floor coverings, the blinds and the light fittings. You have the auto garage door opener with the 3 heat pumps. You've got the stoves and the gas hob, the microwave, the range hood, the refrigerator in the main kitchen, plus 2 mini fridges, security system, washing machine taps along with the waste disposal. The lift is included along with the electric gate, the gate remotes and the intercom for the smart system as well. Central vacuum, dishwasher and 2 heated tail rails. Lots of extras in the property, and of course all of a good standard. Vacant possession this time is set down for 30 days, so you'll be in there in time for spring. Self-contained on every level, of course, with multiple uses there for families and extended families and mainly driving income. Easy access there to the beach access with its own little gate there, and of course smart wiring for the 21st century lifestyles within. On the inside, you capture mail out the picture windows there, and of course those decks flow through the property. So it's a wonderful property to entertain in. It's a comfortable property to live in, and it's one that if it's an investment for you, you can derive some money for it as well. So a good property all round. I'm going to look for an opening bid. Who would like to start me here at lot 4? So it's clearly above 2 million, so I'm going to start it there if I don't get a start. Well, I'll kick it off with a vendor bid at $2 million there. I'll need a $50,000 rise from here at $2 million. Imagine the replacement cost at $2 million there. I'm taking 50 there, the second call. Third and final opportunity here above the 2 value in this location. Expect many with houses to sell first. We can deal with those market after this. If we don't get a cash start, the cash starter, we'll have the first opportunity with our seller at $2 million there, and the last opportunity for 50. Take your silence as my instruction. Put the hammer down. We'll close the auction, John. Price is yet to be set, but you're here to take any inquiry. Be quick though, a couple of interested parties already been found in the initial campaign. I'm just going to take a quick pause now and I'll come back to you. Okay, now we bounce back to lot 1. See you later, Jan. Back to lot 1 at number 121 Links Avenue. Of course, we had 5 bidding on the auction. The final bid was at $751. Now, madam, you've lifted that to $765, and our owners are in agreement with you. They'll sell the property for the sake of a better bid. I'm just going to check with our underbidders if anyone would like to place a further advance from here. But we will sell the property if we don't do better. At $765,000, we're left at ones. I'm happy with singles from here. Second call, we are going to sell here at lot 1 at $765 and final opportunity. Anyone like to place a bid? Final opportunity here. All done. At $765, it's going. Well on sold here, congratulations. Great auction, you did very, very well. So I just have lot 3 to conclude. I'm just going to wait for the discussions to come back there. We won't start the sections in Minden until 2 o'clock if you're here for those. Won't keep you long. Right, folks, thank you for your patience back at lot 3. And if you're wondering with all the colours on the board up here, Robin was pushing all the wrong keys. But I can rescue Robin because we've got a new bid from the 925. We're at 992 500, and we are on the market. We are going to sell the property if we don't get a better bid from here. A 2.5 increment will give me a nice round number for the next one there. Look for 995. Otherwise, we sell. We call 3 times at 992 5. Second call here, the bid is here, we sell away. Final opportunity. It is going. Go on, Sonia, congratulations. So that brings the conclusion to the 1 o'clock session. We'll come back here for the Minden sections at 2 o'clock. Those of you that have any questions on auction, I'm happy to answer those while we're waiting in between. Thank you. the 2 o'clock to chime through, because we do have a number of people who are watching us online at present. Welcome back if you were at the previous auctions. If you weren't, I will go through the rules of bidding as my duty of care to you. And my name is Stephen Shale. I'm assisted by Robin. Robin will put the bids up on the screen for you. Matt Clutterbuck is our country manager here, sitting in the front row. And Dickie Berman is my cameraman today. So hopefully you've pushed play. Dickie, you've got one important job.
Yeah,
there we go, he's done that. Right, well, of course, you're bidding on a cash unconditional basis. The terms and conditions have been made available to you, of course, and with the subdivision for the properties, we're expecting the titles very soon. So a lot of the performance clauses in the contract won't be required once, of course, they have arrived. You're bidding in cash unconditional basis, satisfy yourself to your own due diligence to the properties. I do have telephone bidding registered, hence Phil's talking to a current buyer at the moment. Otherwise, it'll be the interest we have in the room here today. Need to be aware of your Overseas Investment Act obligations, and of course you would have received the buyer guides with tips to bid. With regard to making your offers, we call for a 10% deposit as part payment of the purchase price. You're bidding on an inclusive GST basis, and the settlement date is set down as a period of 10 working days after the issue of the title. Of course, you bid and buy subject to a reserve price, and the highest bidder will get the purchaser. In the event of a disputed bid, I'll go back to the last undisputed bid. That's if two parties want the same money and no one wants to advance. I will nominate prices from time to time which reflect the value of the property once the auction is underway, and I can place bids on behalf of the seller. So all vendor bids must be below the reserve price. I can only be the only party that can place a vendor bid, and of course no vendor bid will be made at a level our sellers will entertain. With regards to signing the documentation, the Fall of the Hammer will confirm the sale for you, and then sign the documentation on the memorandum with the agents afterwards will also enhance that purchase for you. So we're offering 3 of the sections here today. That was the feedback. We're going to bring you back to the balance of those sections that don't have contracts on them already next week at next week's auction. So I'm going to offer to you now lot 6. Okay, and can you just advance one more slide, or it will come up? There we go. So one at the end of the cul-de-sac there, I wanted to show you big site there of 5,800 square metres is a feasible estate at lot 6. It is on the attached LT plan, as you know, with part of lot 1 deposit plan is 58619. Those titles not too far away, are they, Phil?
Supposed to be today, so it'll be any minute now.
Okay, any minute now, or with our red tape, maybe tomorrow, potentially. Okay, of course, vacant possession, of course, blank site too, so your chattels are the fencing that you see, and the settlement date I've covered off. So it's a wonderful environment here, Midden Road, and of course quiet and private lifestyle living. This one right at the back of the site there, so you can enjoy an elevated rural view. You've got 2 sealed chip driveways taking you into the subdivision, and the services to the sites include the power to the sections, access to a bore for backup water supply if required. The geotech reporting has been completed, and the house site has been identified there. So you've got a wonderful knoll and a beautiful backdrop from that location. Approximately 9 kilometres from the subdivision to Bethlehem town centre, and with a wonderful opportunity here and people hungry for work, it's time to call the builder, because I think you'll have a wonderful lifestyle position there. Of course, with the price point, it means you're going to be in the presence of some beautiful homes up here in the Minden. I'm going to look for an opening bidder offer now on the first offering. Okay, lot 6 to be clear. It does say lot 5 there, that's the order of sale reference for you. But lot 6, look for an opening bidder offer from the floor or the phones who'd like to start here. Not unusual in a section scenario to have a number of conditional parties, but we're looking for a cash interest to start.
14 here, Steve.
14, thank you. There's an educated bid there, $410,000 there. I'm going to take along the 10s from here. Anyone like to bid 420 against the phone bid? At $410,000 there with the opening bid here for the second request. Look for 10, make it 420 if you like it here, folks, at 410. Third and final opportunity, well, I'll advance at 420 with me. Well, they bid me 430. I'm happy to talk to them at that level. We'll need to negotiate from there if you bid up above the 420 mark. At $420,000 there, below my instructions here, folks. Need to bid if you want to have a first conversation with our seller. At $420,000 there, second request for 10 and need to bid. Does he sit above the lip?
430 here.
430, thank you, Phil. At 430, I'll keep my promise. If we don't do better, I'll take 10s from the room, otherwise we'll pause and talk here at 430. At $430,000 there, second request. Third and final opportunity here at $430,000 on the high bid. All done, all solid at 430. Now, I'm going to need some instructions at the level. The high bid is placed at 430. I will take a pause. I won't move on in the order of sale because obviously this sale price will be reflective of what happens next. instructions, and they are that the buyer currently negotiating on lot 6 doesn't have interest in these other offerings the vendor would like me to carry on. So out of the interest for those parties here, I'm going to look now at lot 3. So lot 3 is the smaller of the lots, or the smallest lot in the subdivision here at 3,037 square metres. So nice and manageable for you. You can see as you come up the road there on the left-hand side. Also a feasible estate. It's the same legal description. We're waiting on those titles off that LT plan which has been submitted, and again the title will trigger the settlement date being 10 working days after the issue of that. So again, a blank canvas for the property. It has a nice flat to gentle sloping contour on the property, and again nice building site. Again, a rural outlook from lot 3 on this subdivision. So time to get your foot into this subdivision. A nice address here, Phil, and of course it's handy to, there's lots of pursuits, isn't there? You've got the quarry park for beautiful walks, Marina Adventure Park, and of course the bush walks within an easy drive. So enjoy the elevation. Would anyone like to place a bid here at lot 3? They've all got their own personalities, so some people take favourites in here. Previous lot rested at 430. I don't imagine we're still there, but that may give you an indication of values. Anyone like to start? Okay, I'll set lot 3 aside. We'll go to the price market on lot 3 with Phil. And Phil, with your permission, I'll move now to lot 4. So obviously the neighbouring lot here, slightly bigger at 3,349 square metres at lot 4. And again, another blank canvas. So a beautiful property there. The next one along, right next to lot 5, as you can see, is under contract, as is some of the others. So an opportunity here to create your own lifestyle, as I've said, in the Minden. Maybe it's time to upgrade on the property ladder, or maybe you're downsizing off rural and you're not ready to come into town and have people around you. So here you can have a quality investment right next door to others of the same. And again, don't forget Bethlehem, not too far away. Final offering for today, I'm going to look for an opening bid or offer from the floor. Chance for the cash interest, otherwise again we're going to go to the conditional market. Okay, no one raising their hands, so I'll put the hammer down. So we'll set those aside. We're going to come back next week with the other 3 lots for you. Those ones are open now for your consideration. And I'm just going to wait for discussions to finish at lot 6, and I'll come back to you.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, welcome back, and a brief discussion here, and you'll be pleased to know the bid has been lifted to 465. Thank you, Phil, if you can confirm that for me.
65, Sean, you confirming that? Yes.
Thank you, and my instructions are to sell the property? Yes, at 465, put the property on the market. I'll call though for further advances there in case you've been waiting for me to announce I'm going to sell, otherwise we let it go. At 465 with a telephone bidder here at lot 6. Second request now, it goes here at Kahu Ridge. Final opportunity, all done. So, high bid on the phone, it's going, gone, sold here, congratulations. Well, that sets the scene for the other lots, folks. Of course, 2 of those lots available from today with conditional parties. We'll bring the other 3 back, and they should have those titles next week for your consideration for the cash interest first. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.